Well, a couple lucky folks saw rain yesterday. Unfortunately, we also saw plenty of wildfires get going. Who's going to get lucky in the rain department today and through the weekend? Let's talk about it in the Thursday edition of the Texas Weather Roundup. Well, good morning. It is Thursday, the 10th of August, 2023. I'm Texas Storm Chasers Baldy-in-Chief David Reimer. I'll give you a hint as to why I'm called Baldy-in-Chief, but it probably has something to do with the fact I'm bald, and I've been doing this for 15 years. In other news, we are going to keep dealing with the threat for wildfires across the state over the next several days, really the foreseeable future, as are we going to be dealing with triple-digit heat, but that doesn't mean we're not going to have some rain to talk about. Let's just get on into it. Let's start with the wildfire danger over the next few days from the Texas A&M Forest Service. A high to very high to locally extreme fire danger is going to be a recurring theme until we get widespread rains and temperatures start cooling down, so probably sometime in September, which means the fires we've seen this week are only going to keep on going in terms of new wildfire ignitions. The complexity is going to continue to increase. The potential for wildland-urban interface issues is going to continue to increase. Wildland-urban interface, by the way, is when you have a wildfire occurring in a more populated area. An example of a wildland-urban interface fire is the deadly catastrophic fire that happened yesterday in portions of Hawaii. That's killed at least 36 people and destroyed hundreds of structures, pretty much an entire town, unfortunately. The Bastrop Fire of 2011, an example of the wildland-urban interface fire. The fire in Cedar Park 2 days ago. Fire yesterday in Cedar Hill. All examples of fires that can occur in the wildland-urban interface, and they don't have to be thousands and thousands of acres burned. They can be 10 acres, 5 acres, and still be quite impactful and even deadly. All right, let's move on to the high-res rapid refresh model. We are going to have the potential for some scattered showers and even storms this afternoon across portions of far west Texas down into the Big Bend of southwest Texas. Further east along a stalled outflow boundary, same boundary from yesterday, we could see another round of isolated to widely scattered thunderstorms this afternoon in the big country western North Texas and Texoma. Like yesterday, localized damaging wind gust in and near any of these storms are possibilities, which could also result in locally extreme erratic wildfire behavior from any ignitions caused by lightning or ongoing wildfires. Stormies will be calming themselves down not long after sunset, just like we saw yesterday. In terms of forecast rain totals over the next 5 days, this is 7 a.m. this morning through 7 a.m. Tuesday, you can see we're not really expecting a whole lot across the state outside of the localized isolated totals up to 1/4 of an inch across far west Texas, the Big Bend, and across portions of the big country in North Texas today, where we may end up seeing a couple of those pop-up storms. Otherwise, we do note a more comparatively widespread potential for perhaps 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rain along the north of Interstate 40 in the Texas Panhandle. And that's mainly going to be Saturday, Sunday, and perhaps Monday, as the edge of that upper-level high pressure continues to allow some thunderstorm complexes to skirt across the northern panhandle. We could even see some severe storms with that, but we'll get into that as we get a bit closer. In terms of high temperatures over the next 5 days, today's high temperatures, we're going to see those in the 90s across the panhandle, West Texas. Everyone else, you get triple digits, and that has been a recurring theme for weeks. And it's probably going to be a recurring theme for the next several weeks. All right, here's tomorrow. We actually bump it up in the temperature department. 110 in Wichita Falls, 110 there in Graham, 108 in Fort Worth, 107 in Austin, 106 in San Antonio, 102 to 105 in the city of Houston, 103 in Tyler, 102 in McAllen, 107 in Colorado City and Midland. We have 108 in Brownwood and Abilene, 100 in Amarillo, about 97 to 98 in the city of El Paso. Here's Saturday. Same story, maybe a 1 or 2 degrees cooler. It's still hot. Sunday, still hot. Monday. Well, here's where we have a wee bit of change, and that's in the Panhandle, West Texas, and far West Texas, where we could see some slightly higher precipitation chances, as we discussed. In the Panhandle and West Texas, highs in the middle 80s across the Oklahoma-Texas border, up in the Panhandle, all the way down to about 97 in Lubbock. Everyone else outside of the Big Bend and far West Texas, more triple digits. And that's not going to be changing for the foreseeable future. The foreseeable future being at least the next 7 to 10 days. On the bright side, we're not getting hit by a hurricane either. I've realized that's about the only way to get widespread rain here in the state of Texas in August is getting hit by a hurricane, but at the same time, just, rain is good. We need rain. We don't need all the other nasty things that come from hurricanes. Just like we don't need, derechos and tornado outbreaks back in June. So, we'll get to fall eventually. One day, it will be fall. And based on the fact it's El Nino, it could be a busy fall. But until that time arrives, triple-digit heat and that upper-level heat dome will continue across the state of Texas, as is typical for pretty much any summer in La Nina, El Nino, or a neutral Enzo pattern. All right, that's it for your Texas Weather Roundup on this Thursday. We'll have the next one out bright and early by 7 a.m. Friday. Y'all have a great Thursday. Stay cool. God bless.